Another fundraising strategy is corporate donations, which go far beyond sponsorship, where the company gives money for a specific event in exchange for visibility, in exchange for placing its logo. There are many examples of sponsorships, and it is a well-known and widely used scheme that is related to an event, meaning there is no commitment beyond that. But corporate donations include more comprehensive and complex schemes. First, it is important to understand that there are different levels of involvement when we talk about corporate donations. There are purely philanthropic donations, social investment, and corporate social responsibility. Philanthropy is when an entrepreneur makes a donation simply for the pleasure of giving, an entrepreneur who decides to support, but does not necessarily want to gain a benefit for their corporate image. They do want to receive tax deductibility. In Mexico, as in many countries, organizations can benefit from the ability to deduct taxes, and this is always something that entrepreneurs appreciate. However, a philanthropic donation remains just that. It is the director's decision, and only they are aware of it. Perhaps their family and accountant are informed, but the donation does not go beyond that. Here we see the announcement of Mark Zuckerberg and his wife donating a percentage of their fortune to a civil association. That is a huge case, but in reality, there are many cases of medium and small entrepreneurs who get involved by donating to a cause. I, for example, engaged more than 120 entrepreneurs in Chiapas to join in the conservation of the Biosphere Reserve of El Triunfo. Every year, at a special dinner, they were thanked, informed about what had been achieved, and asked for donations again to continue the work. To achieve this level of involvement, it is the same process that we follow for larger donations. If your organization is keenly interested in promoting this type of donations, remember that humans are tribal, meaning we like to be part of something. This is the philosophy we follow in this type of donations, to create groups of like-minded individuals where you first convince others, but then achieve having sector leaders convince their friends. You create meeting spaces. In my case, it was the event I mentioned. There they meet, greet each other, chat, and know that everyone is there for a common cause. Now, unlike a purely philanthropic donation, social investment, as the name suggests, is when a company seeks a return on investment, investing something to generate something, whether it be improving its image, increasing employee productivity, reducing turnover, or enhancing customer loyalty. All these benefits have been proven to occur when a company donates to a cause and communicates that donation within its circle of customers, employees, and suppliers. If the cost of replacing an employee is 50%, I didn't make that up. It has been calculated in various human resources studies and includes the cost of selection processes, administrative processes, the learning curve itself, and it is also proven that employees tend to stay longer in a company that, as part of its values, supports a social cause. An entrepreneur will see logic in investing money to support a social cause if that investment will generate value for them. Here, it's not just about making a donation. I expect to receive a benefit in return. To achieve this level of involvement with social causes, we need to stop viewing the company as a check and start seeing it as a partner. Just like when you want to date someone and you do your homework first to find out what they like. We also research the company's philanthropic agenda to see which cause aligns best with their image. Research who you know, just like when you ask a friend to introduce you to their cousin. Similarly, see who can connect you to the company to increase your chances of establishing a relationship. In social investment, you seek a long-term relationship that will grow and that you will need to cultivate in order for it to endure, much like a marriage. There are many examples here, one of which is Uber, which donates to an organization that promotes responsible alcohol consumption and has launched campaigns where a person donates for each ride. There is also the case of Danone aiding the issue of cancer in children for over 20 years. Think of the companies that win when you win. For example, there is a campaign that we developed and that is still ongoing, where we invite companies to join as champions of the Golden Eagle. Let's watch the video.
Soy Rayleigh Barba, soy compositor, soy de Juárez, Chiapas. Para mí es un gran honor participar en este proyecto.
Prendan los celulares, es el momento. Va, échenle esa lucecita que se ve tan linda. Parecen los cucayos de mi rancho.
Me llena de alegría, en verdad, tener la oportunidad de poder compartir un poco de mi don, de ese don maravilloso que Dios me dio al cantar y escribir, para sumar a esta gran campaña, a estos trabajos de conservación de un ave maravillosa que es el emblema de nuestro país, el águila real. Algo que me motiva a ser embajador de esta gran iniciativa es la posibilidad de poder ser parte de la generación que salvó al águila real en México. Que mis hijos esto lo vean y que sean parte fundamental de este proyecto. Mi familia, mis amigos, los más cercanos y los más lejanos. Mi principal aportación como embajador, cantar, escribir. Así que espero que Dios me regale la poderosa inspiración para escribir una canción que se quede para siempre en el corazón del mundo. Una canción a nuestro emblema nacional, el águila real. Que empiece la fiesta.
¡Alegría!
To date, several companies have joined, and each one has a different and personalized plan. For example, Grupo Picacho, a car distributor, engages its customers by offering to donate when they purchase a car or when they bring their vehicle in for service. It has materials in its branches and bases its campaign on the pride of being Mexican and its environmental commitment. Note, this relationship initially started as a purely philanthropic donation and evolved into a social investment program. Schindler Nagel is also present, which is a logistics company that has offices in Canada and the U.S. and Mexico, and the Golden Eagle flies over those 3 countries, just like its services. The company engaged its employees in order to definitely motivate them and make them feel proud to work there. It was a good way to lift spirits post-pandemic. The company donates and encourages its employees to do the same through various strategies and activities, where each section of the company organizes some type of event, competes against each other, and there are prizes and rewards. Not only does the company want its employees to be aware, it wants them to get involved. There is also Seguros El Aguila, which carries the cause in its name, along with many other companies. Finally, there is corporate social responsibility, and this is when the cause becomes part of the organizational culture of the company 2000. The company no longer donates to a third party, they generally have their own foundations, and not only support a cause, but the cause is also part of their production, logistics, and sales. Sometimes they donate to other civil associations that complement the work they do, but they also get involved by hiring staff and sitting on the boards of these organizations. In addition to the benefits of donating money, the company measures the impact and has clear goals related to the cause and works to achieve them. Here, for example, let's look at the case of companies that get certified to ensure their products are sustainable and also donate a percentage of their sales to certain environmental causes. This is the case for companies that are certified by Rainforest Alliance, and I will share one of their videos with you.
Introducing the 2020 Certification Program, a new approach to sustainability. Decades ago, the Rainforest Alliance and UTZ set out to change the world through a simple yet powerful idea: connecting farmers and forest communities who are investing in sustainability with companies committed to responsible sourcing and consumers looking to make better choices. Today, as a merged organisation, we're building on our years of experience to create a stronger programme with even more impact. A programme that touches millions of farmers and workers, thousands of companies and consumers in over 170 countries. We're proud to have published this programme, the 2020 Certification Programme, including a new sustainable agriculture standard and assurance system. We've listened to all the key stakeholders in our alliance, from the field to the boardroom, incorporating input from over 1,000 people from 50 countries. The programme will maximise positive social, environmental and economic impacts, offering a stronger framework to protect nature and improve the lives of farmers and forest communities. So, what does this mean in practice? Tackling sustainability issues depends on reliable, dynamic information. Our new programme embraces the power of data, meaning better analysis of risks and performance measurement, with new digital tools for farmers and clearer performance insights for companies. Sustainability is a journey, not an end in itself. So, we're going beyond pass-fail requirements to promote continuous improvement. We want to enable auditors to focus on high-risk areas to support more sustainable practices all year round. They'll also use new technology, like satellite imagery, to capture data that cannot easily be detected in a single audit. We want to promote a greater sense of shared responsibility across the entire supply chain. Our programme introduces measures to ensure that the risks, costs and benefits of sustainability transformation are spread more evenly between producers and buyers. The publication of the programme is followed by a rollout phase to help stakeholders learn about the new standard and its systems. Audits against the new standard will begin in mid-2021. We've also introduced our new certification seal. It represents our vision of a sustainability journey based on continuous progress. It shows consumers that farmers, foresters and companies are taking steps to make their products more sustainable, creating a better future for people and nature and helping them to make better purchasing choices.
There are many more examples, but it is important to remember that whenever we receive a corporate donation, we should evaluate the risk of association, regardless of whether it is a philanthropic donation, a social investment, or a corporate responsibility alliance. As we said at the beginning, it's like marrying someone, and like in any relationship, you have to enter with your eyes wide open and assess whether there are risks in associating with certain companies. For example, companies that need to offset some environmental damage, mining companies, bottling companies, oil companies, etc. These companies need to donate to mitigate. What is the possible risk? Can it be reduced? Is it worth it? It is important that, while they are not just used to clean up a company's name, they definitely remember that it is a process that can start with a relationship at one level and grow and evolve